Hi guys, I am back with another video on what all you can grow from your kitchen without going anywhere outdoors. In today's video, I'm going to share 5 unique ideas on what all edibles you can grow. I would also like to thank the sponsors of this video, Filmora. We will talk about them in detail later in the video. Alright, so let's begin. The first easy to grow vegetable which I'll highly recommend for everyone is potato. Have you noticed these small eyes or small buds on potatoes, especially when they mature? These small buds can actually grow into a full potato plant. So if they don't look green yet, but you do see some potential eyes on your potatoes, wait for a couple of days and let them reach this stage. Now you can either bury the entire potato in soil or you can separate the parts of it that has eyes. And each of this part should be at least an inch in size. From one potato, you can have at least 2 to 3 plants. And for planting these pieces of potato, wait for a few hours. So I started shooting this part of the video in the afternoon, and I actually sowed them in soil in the evening. If you don't let this freshly cut part of potato dry out, then this will start decomposing and it will not work out. So it's really important that you wait for a couple of hours and then we will plant them in soil. You can either use a pot which is at least 11-inch deep or even deeper, or you can start them directly in ground as well. So this one potato will develop into a plant over 2 to 3 months and the new roots will form new potatoes at their base. Just keep watering the plant every time you see the soil drying out and ensure that you have kept the plant or you've started the plant in a well lit place, in a sunny space. The next plant on my list is chili. Actually, this method that I'm going to share for chili is applicable for all the plants in the same family like the capsicum, the bell peppers as well. The success of starting a chili plant from the chili that you actually got from the grocery store depends on the fact that you're using a mature chili. Basically, we need a chili which has matured on the plant so that the seeds that we're using have also matured. Now, since you cannot be 100% sure that this chili which looks red, has it matured on the plant or not, a good way to deal with this problem is that you start with a couple of them. So select a couple of red chilies from your grocery bag and let them dry in sun. If they don't dry, it's going to look like this. If you're not letting them dry, these seeds in soil are going to decompose and the method will not work out. So it's very important you let them dry. Spread them in soil and cover with an inch layer of soil. Water every day or every second day whenever the soil dries up. Now, it's possible that all these seeds that you put in one pot actually sprout. If that happens, there won't be enough space for all of them to grow in the same pot. So I would say that separate them. Per pot, 1 or 2 plants is enough. And when I say a pot, I'm referring to a medium size 11-inch pot. Now, before I move on to the third edible on my list, I want to talk about the sponsors of this video, Filmora and the latest version Filmora 9. It's an easy to use video editing software specially designed for beginners. To edit a video, start a new project, import a media file, bring it to the timeline and start editing. By just double clicking on the clip here, it opens this box where you can do all the basic adjustments instead of searching for them every time. Here's a short Thirsty Plants clip I edited with Filmora 9. Adjusted the speed of the video to match the music, which is available for free in their library. Used various effects from the Sparkle pack. Each pack comes with several transitions, effects and overlays. I also like the Sprig pack a lot, especially because of these flying butterflies, and I used the Beautify filter to enhance my video. So next time you want to edit your personal videos or you want to make your own YouTube videos, follow the link down below in the description box and download Filmora 9 for free. Alright, so let's move on to the third edible on my list, lobia, black-eyed pea. start them in a seedling tray, or you can directly start in a bigger pot as well. Actually, lobia seed is one that I highly recommend because they are very fertile. It's one plant with whose seeds you would not have much failure. Most of them will sprout in soil. Just cover them with a few centimeters of soil and water whenever the soil dries. They will grow very quickly and they work best for small spaces. If you're like me who are running short of floor space, try out this plant because it needs mostly just the vertical space. Another plant that I recommend for small spaces, actually another kind of plants that I recommend for small spaces are microgreens. You can start a microgreen from mustard or rye that you use in the kitchen. Spread them in any fashion in soil, in a pot or in a container like this, and cover with a centimeter of soil. Within a week, they will develop 3 to 4 leaves, and this is the perfect time to harvest them. Microgreens, you can actually start with most of the edible seeds. All of them have a very unique taste, and the nutrient content in even this small plant is very high. You can grow them with the sunflower seeds, you can grow them with radishes, amaranthus, of course the mustard, and even chia seeds. In fact, I might do an exclusive video talking about microgreens and how you can grow them. But the great thing about them is that, of course, they need very less space, but also they grow very quickly. You can harvest them within 7 to 10 days. And as far mustard seeds are concerned, even if you don't want to use them as a microgreen and you want to let the plant grow into a complete full plant, it has two great benefits. First, their flowers are great attractors for pollinators such as bees. And secondly, even the fully developed leaves of sarson, of mustard, can be used for cooking, a saag. Another plant that can be used in saag is black chickpea or chana. Take 5 or 6 of them and spread in a pot, sowing them at least an inch deep. Within a month, it will have matured leaves, and these leaves you can use for cooking. A small little problem with this plant is that it actually does better in cooler temperatures. So if you stay in North India where the temperatures are going to get higher now, I would say in April you can still give it a try, but after April, wait until October to try it out. As you already might have noticed, I have started doing these tiny updates in the end of each video. So for example, whatever we are growing today, whenever the next video comes out, at the end of it, I will try and give an update on how these edibles are doing. Actually, the inspiration for this came from your comments. I saw a lot of people in last to last video when we grew coriander were struggling with it and they were worried that it's not sprouting for them. So this made me realize if I do regular updates on how these plants are doing, this will also help you guys to understand that sometimes you might not be doing anything wrong. The plant is probably just behaving in a weird fashion. So I hope these updates help you guys and they encourage you to try out these ideas. And as for the update on the video last time that we did, which is how you can grow various indoor plants from cuttings in water, this is how they're doing today. This is how the soft cuttings are doing, by which I mean stems that were soft and I didn't use honey for them. Here I can see a couple of them have developed roots. But as for the hard cuttings, it has really gotten gross here. This might help in root formation, the callus formation. So I don't want to disturb it for now, but I'll definitely add water and then change it in perhaps another 3 to 4 days. So these were the ones where we had used honey. As for the other cutting that I started with more than 3-4 leaves, there were about 5-6 leaves. The root has also come out. So this is doing fine and I really like how this looks. Fiddle leaf fig that I started in soil completely dried out, one of its leaves, and the other one has started drying out. But the water one is doing quite well. And this is how the Monstera cutting is doing. There's no new root here. I'll keep you posted on how these cuttings do over time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.